Hey friends, welcome to Yoga for 360 Hips. We are going to get deep into our hip flexibility and mobility today so that you can leave your mat feeling amazing. Now, the hip joint is a ball and socket joint, which means it can move in all these juicy and interesting ways, and that is exactly what we're going to do today. The awesome thing about creating more space and flexibility in your hips is that it also benefits and takes pressure out of your upper back and your lower back and even your neck because the body is connected. So when we send a little bit of love to a part of our body like the hips, it helps the whole. So you don't need any props for today's class, but if you normally practice with blocks, go ahead and have them nearby. And I'm Kate. If you haven't practiced with me yet, then it's awesome to have you here. This is going to be a really fun, playful class for you to kick things off. So go ahead and give this a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weekly yoga content. And big breath in, big sigh out. Let's get into it. All right, let's go ahead and get started in a child's pose at the back of our mat, but we're gonna make it a wiggly child's pose to get into our hips. So big toes come to touch, hips wide, and leading with your chest first. Start to fold over into your child's pose and reach your arms out overhead. Now start to bring yourself into a really long spine. Reach the top of your head forward. Reach your hips back down onto your heels, stretching through the entirety of the back and the shoulders. And then we'll slowly start to shift our hips back and forth. And you can pair this with your palms, palming forward. Now make this a little rhythmic. So pair this with your breath as you close down your eyes gently. Maybe as you inhale, you go to one side, and your exhale brings you to the other side. Maybe you start to sway side to side a little bigger. Getting in a little deeper. Allowing your deep breath to be powerful. Allow it to wash away your thoughts. Just arrive here on the mat with your rocking from side to side and your breathing. Click your knees to hips distance apart, so a little bit more narrow. And then we'll inhale and send your hips to the right, come through a tabletop and shine your chest forward to up dog. Press into the top of the feet, the knees come off the mat, look up. Exhale, send your hips back to the right, child's pose. Other side, now inhale, hips to the left, really exaggerate it into up dogs. Raise the knees. And exhale to child's pose to the left. To the right, up dog, and send it back to the right, to the left, up dog, and send it back. One more time, each side, to the right, and to the left. Now ripple up to your tabletop position and put your weight into the left side of your body. We'll take really big circles with our knees on the right. in one direction, really exaggerate it, see how big you can make them. You're going to want to engage your core here to stabilize, try to keep your hips in the same spot so you're not swinging all over the place. And you also want to engage your glutes, because if you draw a really big circle, you're going to need your glutes to empower that circle. And switch, reverse the circle. Beautiful. Straighten out the right leg, back behind you, and up and back, as far up and back as you can go. So you're getting a little bit of stretch in the front of your right hip, and your glute is working. Then keeping your knee as high as possible, bend through the right knee and bring it all the way up to your shoulder. So you're keeping it high, high, high. You're going to employ your oblique here. Then send it back. Then keep your knee high, high, high and bring it up to your shoulder. Tap it and send it back. Then to your shoulder. Then back. Y'all didn't know this was going to be a little bit of a workout, but I can't help it. Bring it to your shoulder. Then back 2 more times. Shoulder. Back. Keep it high. Last time. Shoulder. Back. And release. Give it a little cat-cow to rinse it out. Inhale, look up, tummy drops, hip bones rise. Exhale, round through each vertebrae. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Come to neutral, weight in the right side of your body. Circles forward with the left knee, make them big. So engage the core, navel in towards the spine. Glutes are on to help you draw the biggest circle possible. Really exaggerate it in all directions. And reverse the circle. Beautiful. On the next one, bring your left leg out and up as far up as you can. So you're really an extension here. Hold it. Building a little bit of strength to go with our hips as well, because you can't have flexibility without strength. That's the balance. Then tap your left knee all the way up to your left shoulder. Contract, contract. Employ your obliques here. Your abs are on. And then send it back with control. These are slow motions. To the shoulder. And back. To the shoulder. And back. 2 more times. Shoulder, back and up, 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 shoulder, and back. Next time you bring your left foot up, step it to the top of your mat. Come all the way vertical with your chest. Tuck your tailbone under so it's facing straight down, and then press your hips forward and down. So you're really scooping your pelvis under to get into the hip flexor on the right side. Take little pulses here. Hands can be on block or just keep your balance. And we'll take some rounds. By your exhale, straighten your front leg, half splits, flex your toes back at your face. On your inhale, rebend, but shine the chest forward and really drive the hips forward. Your chest is going to come all the way up and almost back. So big range of motion here. Exhale, straighten your front leg, toes flex back, half splits. Inhale, rebend. Make the hips heavy, chest comes all the way up. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, all the way up. Relax back into your tabletop. Step your left foot back and step your right leg up. So first, find your footing here. Scoop your tailbone under so it's pointed straight down. And feel your hips heavy going forward and down. You're going to feel your hip flexor on your left side. Take little pulses here. These are just little centimeter movements. This is reversing all that sitting that we do. We don't often have our legs in extension back behind us, so as much time you can spend in positions like these, the better. And we'll take our rounds. So on your exhale, straighten through your front leg. Toes come back toward your face. Half splits. Inhale, rebend. Allow the chest to come all the way up and the hips to go all the way down. Big range of motion here. Exhale. Half splits. Inhale. Low lunge. Exhale. Half splits. Inhale. Low lunge. One more time. Exhale. Half splits. Inhale. Low lunge. Shine the chest forward. Place both hands on the mat inside the right foot and step the left foot up. Both toes off the mat, heels on or something of that sort as we come into our yogi squat malasana. Now move around, find some movement here because we're also working our ankle mobility. So sway side to side, come to a long spine, maybe reach one arm forward, the other arm back. Switch it out. Reach both arms up, maybe lean forward, maybe lean back. Play around here, get into your hips. And then plant both hands. On your exhale, raise your hips up nice and slow into a standing forward fold. On your inhale, nice and slowly, set them all the way down. Come up to a nice straight spine, fully into your squat. Plant your hands, nice slow exhale, hips rise. Pull it in, forward fold. On your inhale, set your hips down. Squat. A few more rounds like this. Press into the hands, hips rise, forward fold. Opening through the back of the legs. Sit down in your yogi squat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, yogi squat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, yogi squat. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more freedom, a few more rounds. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, yogi squat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, yogi squat. Stay in your yogi squat. Start to heel toe your feet back onto the mat. Keep your left foot where it's at. Step the right leg back into your lizard pose. So find a little buoyancy in your lizard, maybe shifting front to back. And on your next exhale, straighten both legs, pyramid. You can shorten your stance just a bit. Maybe pop your front toes back at your face to deepen the expression. Stay for an inhale and an exhale. And on your next inhale, lean your hips all the way over to the left, side lunge on the left, Skandasana. Stay for the inhale. And on the exhale, swivel your Skandasana all the way towards the back of the mat, coming into your lizard pose at the back of the mat, so you're facing the short edge. A little bit of different perspective here, but we're going to do that same round, and we're going to end up circling around a few times to get used to these postures. So shine your chest forward in your lizard. Find some buoyancy. On your exhale, straighten both legs, pyramid pose. Maybe your right toes come back towards your face. And on your inhale, your hips go to the right, Skandasana to the right. So your left leg is out long, left toes and knees are up towards the sky. And swim it on over to the right where we started, back into your lizard pose. Take an inhale here. Exhale, pyramid, straighten both legs. Inhale, bend your left leg, lunge to the side, Skandasana to the left. On your exhale, move it on over to the back of the mat, lizard pose. Stay for a full breath. And on your exhale, straighten both legs, pyramid pose. Inhale, Skandasana, side lunge. Exhale, move it on over to lizard at the top of the mat. Stay for a full breath. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, side lunge. Exhale, breathe it on over to the back of the mat, lizard. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, Skandasana, side lunge. Exhale to the top of the mat, lizard. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, pyramid pose, straighten both legs. Inhale, Skandasana on the left. Exhale, swing it on over to the back of the mat, lizard pose. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, Skandasana on the right. Exhale, float it over to the top of the mat, lizard. One more round. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, Skandasana on the left. Exhale, lizard to the back of the mat. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, Skandasana to the right. Exhale to the top of the mat. Find your lizard. Heel toe your left foot to the center of the mat. Find some buoyancy in your back leg. Ground down through the heels and the hands. And we're going to come to the tiptoes of the back foot. Then balance on your left leg. Your right leg comes all the way up. Standing splits. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then bend your left leg, slowly touch down, back behind you, about 3 feet back behind your legs. Your right knee comes down, your left leg is still straight. Let your hips come all the way back down to your heel, so you're in this one-legged forward fold. On your inhale, rebend to a lunge position and come back into your standing splits, finding your balance, raising your your right leg up. Pulses at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then slowly bring your right leg down, bend your left leg, touch down with your back foot, the back knee meets the mat, and bend through the back leg. Forward fold over your left leg. Hips come all the way down to the mat. Rebend one more round. Come to the tiptoes of your back foot and slowly come into standing splits. Right foot rises. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Maybe find pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Now slowly release your foot down back behind you. The right knee meets the mat. Untuck the right toe and send your hips back, straightening through the left leg. Folding forward. Inhale, rebend. Step your right foot up and your left foot back. Just into this pyramid pose until we put our weight into our right foot, come to the tiptoes of the back foot, and raise our left foot into the air. Standing splits on the right. Pulses at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg comes down back behind you as you bend through the right knee. Straighten through your right leg. Your hips sit back down onto your heel and fold. Inhale, rebend your right leg, coming back into your standing splits. Pulses at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then touch down with your left foot. Back knee meets the mat. Straighten through your right leg and fold. One more time, rebend. Launch into your standing splits with control. Activate the glutes and the core here and really reach your left foot up. Pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg comes down with control. Left knee meets the mat. Straighten through your right leg and fold. Rebend through your right leg, plant both hands and step back into your downward dog. Hips rise. Pedal out your dog or whatever motions you need here. Press into the fleshy part of your hands, so the meat of your thumb and your forefinger. Create a lot of space between your shoulders and your ears, and tuck the navel in towards your spine as you reach your heels towards the ground. Beautiful. On your inhale, reach your right leg towards the sky. And exhale, set up for pigeon on the right. So before you come down to a humble pigeon, we're actually going to stay upright today and use our active flexibility, our active mobility. In your proud pigeon, press into the ground a lot with that front leg and take a look behind you, see if your leg is straight back behind you. If you've never done no hands pigeon while you're upright, go ahead and raise one hand. See how that feels. Maybe you raise the other hand. And if this is quite easy for you, then we're going to take pigeon dips, where you dip your chest towards the ground with no hands. And come back up. Or if you do need hands, that's perfectly fine. You're still going to work. But try to keep it light on the fingertips, or maybe just one hand, so that you're really using the strength of your hips and your back to get there. We'll dip for 3, for 2, for 1. And you can relax into humble pigeon, or try this transition with no hands, where we lean all the way over to the right. With control, float your back leg up and over into double pigeon, where you stack shins. Inhale to a really long spine, and exhale, lead with the chest as you fold forward. Breathe it out. Slowly come up. If you came into double pigeon, go ahead and lean on over to the left and see if you can come out the exact same way you came in with no hands. Untuck your leg and come back into your pigeon. Take another second in your proud pigeon, feeling a little bit more space in your body, your hips perhaps. Then press into your hands, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and press into your downward dog. Feel the difference of the hips at this point. See how a few minutes in pigeon can make a difference. Then inhale your left leg up. And exhale into pigeon on the left. Take a look over your right shoulder. Make sure your leg is straight back behind you. And press into your front shin a lot. Maybe you raise one hand. Maybe you raise both. Strong glutes, strong back, strong leg. Or you can bring fingertips to the ground. Try to stay light on them. And if you took them on the other side, slowly lower your chest to the ground. And use your hips to bring yourself back up for 5. Maybe your fingertips are supporting you on the floor for 3. Or 4. I know how to count. For 3. For 2. For 1. I think I did my 1 through 5s right that time. And go ahead and come into your humble pigeon where you can relax under your forearms or with a bolster. Or you can lean on over to the left side with control. See if you can do it, no hands here. And bring your right leg over. Stack shins. Inhale to a long spine. Lead with the heart. And fold forward. 10 breaths here. Slowly start to come up, really slowly, no rush here. If you are in double pigeon, we're going to come out the same way we went in. Try it with no hands, lean over to the left. Bring your right leg back behind you. Find your proud pigeon, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, press into the hands, downward dog. On your inhale, step your right foot up, nothing fancy, and then pivot towards the long edge of the mat for Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Bring your energy towards the pinky edge of the foot to stabilize yourself, and just shimmy your hips from side to side. This should feel really good. Sway it on over to your left side. See if you can almost hook your left shoulder under your left leg to deepen your twist. And swim it on over to your right. And again to your left. And to your right. And really slowly come back to center, and we're going to heel toe our feet out, coming into a straddle. So when you're at your deepest that you can go in like your middle splits, you're going to send your hips backwards into your straddle. I like to walk out my straddle a little bit. So lifting one hip bone off the mat and then the other. I'm not even on the mat anymore. That doesn't matter. Inhale to that really long spine, and then exhale, fold forward. We'll take little pulses or waves here. So maybe pulses deeper feels good to you right now. Maybe waves side to side is calling for you. Find any little micro movement, any buoyancy or exploration you can in your straddle. And at the same time, flex your feet, toes towards the sky, knees towards the sky, and press them up and back. So we're rotating our inner thighs up. You can stay here, or if you'd like to move into a side split, you can shift your hips and move into your side split with your right or left leg forward, whichever you choose. These are more intense stretches, so you're going to want to breathe deeper here. You're going to want to relax the space between the eyebrows. Relax the eyelids and the mouth. And if you are in one side of your splits, maybe you transfer back to your straddle or your center splits and move on to the other side. Wherever you are, let's come back to our straddle. Take one more pulse here. And then come up to a really long spine. Help your knees by bending them. Come into an easy seat. Take a moment in an easy seat here with a long spine. Create a lot of space between your ears and your shoulders, long neck, but don't force it. Close the eyes down. Gentle tuck of the chin for integrity. Feel the energy that you've created in your body. Feel the freedom and the lightness that you feel. Take this sacred moment of stillness and feel gratitude for yourself through moving through new movements without judgment and inevitably creating more space in your hips. Your body and your mind, thank you. Namaste, sweet friends. Woohoo! I hope that you feel wonderful in your hips. I hope that you feel like you have more movement, more range of motion. And if you do, please give the like a little tap. Subscribe if you want to practice more yoga together, because I come out with new classes every single week. And go ahead and leave a comment about what you're working on right now, if you're working on something in yoga, or maybe you're just working on lowering your anxiety or getting towards your splits, or just creating a habit of doing yoga every day. Let me know in the comments. I hope to see you on the mat soon.